Everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. Is there a narcissist in your workplace? Is there someone in your workplace, maybe even your supervisor, supervisee, or boss, who is arrogant, sucks all the air out of the room, needs to be the center of attention, and takes all the credit even when it belongs to others? These are just some of the traits of the narcissist in the workplace. When you add the games that the narcissists play, you get someone who will drive you crazy at work. Here are the signs you're dealing with a narcissist in your workplace and 6 strategies to help you cope. There are 9 traits of a narcissist, and if someone has at least 5 pervasively and to such a degree as it severely impairs their functioning in one or more areas of their lives, they may have a narcissistic personality disorder. The first is grandiosity. Grandiose sense of self-importance shows up in the workplace as having to have everything feed their fragile yet overblown ego. When anything happens, it has to be all about them and what they did to make it happen. They really stink at sharing the spotlight, and they're terrible at supporting a team to feel that they're an integral part of the work. Number 2, they're preoccupied with unlimited success, brilliance, power, money. This is what drives them. There's never a point of enough or keeping things right-sized. They'll often create a flash and crash mentality in the workplace. If you're working for a narcissistic owner of a business, there are a lot of talk and hot air, but will often not make good decisions when they need to slow down, take a breath, take a step back, or put a cap on growth. They are the go big or go home mentality, and they'll often create disasters with their inability to temper this with some good old-fashioned common sense. Number 3, they believe they're special and unique and can only be understood by other special, unique people. This attitude prevents them from respecting the entire team it takes to create success. The narcissist doesn't care about or acknowledge the breadth and depth of expertise involved in a project. They only see themselves and their efforts as the important, critical parts of the work. They'll often take on and micromanage everyone and everything else, even when those pieces are not their forte. They can't see that each person on the team has their strengths, and that respecting each aspect of the team helps them to focus on their unique part, bringing together the most complete whole. They need to control it all, and in so doing, they make others feel incompetent, unimportant, and disrespected. Number 4, requires excessive admiration. They will find every excuse to tout their amazingness, and this becomes annoying beyond measure. When a team creates success and one person wants all the accolades, this grates on everyone's nerves, and the resentment and frustration in the workplace will expand exponentially. This person will climb their way to the top over the bodies of anyone and everyone without any guilt or remorse, and if at the top, they will see those beneath them as, well, beneath them. Number 5, they have a sense of entitlement. They believe others should do and act as the way they want them to, and they'll be very upset if and when they don't. They take up all the oxygen in the room, and they believe this is as it should be. When anyone challenges this, they become angry, and this can run the gamut from pouty, steaming, sullen, all the way to raging, violent, or scheming and vengeful. Number 6, they are exploitive. This person uses and abuses others for their own gain, and this truth should not be overlooked. If you're not someone who is exploitive, it's hard for you to wrap your mind around the fact that someone else might be this ruthless, remorseless, and unashamedly using others for their own advancement. Non-exploitive people will often underestimate the potential damage a narcissist may do to them personally and professionally, and the damage they can do to a team and a company or organization. Number 7, lacks empathy, which means they are unable or unwilling to identify with the needs and emotions of others. When someone lacks empathy, they also lack guilt or remorse. This trifecta means they will literally walk on you, kick you to the curb, and not think twice about it. Again, if you are not like this yourself, you'll have difficulty really seeing and accepting that someone can be so heartless and so devoid of integrity. Accepting this is crucial to protecting yourself and others from their games. Number 8 is envious of others and believes others are envious of them. In the workplace, they are continuously competing. Whether your work is a team effort or individually focused, they will compete over the attention of the boss, or if they're the boss, they need constant attention from the workers and the world. Number 9, shows arrogant attitudes. This pretty much goes without saying, but these attitudes in the workplace, again, grate on people's nerves like fingernails on a chalkboard. When someone is always puffing themselves up, it's hard to tolerate them, much less work with them on a team or under them as a boss. So what are some strategies to protect yourself from such a person at work? Number one, now that you're armed with information, know that you didn't cause this and you can't cure it. This person is who they are and they will not change, and you cannot positively impact them, so don't try. Often as empathic people, we love to rescue and we end up only damaging ourselves and becoming a pawn for such a person. We need to recognize and fully accept the deep level of brokenness and our absolute lack of ability to fix this. Number two, distance yourself emotionally and physically as much as possible. If you can physically distance, great, that's the easiest. If this is a supervisee of yours and you've given this person some time to correct and they continue to be full-blown narcissistic, save yourself and your team time, heartache, drama, and lost productivity by getting rid of them. If you're not in charge and you can't distance physically, then you must distance yourself emotionally. So act as a journalist or a gray rock. I've done a video on the journalist technique. But basically deciding exactly how much you have to deal with this person and being as unflappable as a journalist in a war zone. You gather and give information as flatly as possible, sticking to just the facts without getting emotionally invested with them in any way. Number three, watch their antics as if from a journalist's perspective, just watching. See the games, the manipulations, the need for all the attention and the credit and the adoration for what it is. It's an insecure, fragile ego needing to be continually bolstered. Number four, don't take anything personally, as none of this is about you. This person will run over anyone in their path, so try not to be in their path and jump out of the way when you see them coming. Number five, speak your truth and boundaries to protect yourself as much as possible. Refrain from gossip around the water cooler, but speak to those higher up if and when you need to. Not out of spite, but to get better results for you all as a team. This takes a lot of discernment. Don't do it out of revenge. And number six, take good care of yourself. Being around a narcissist at work or at home is grueling and exhausting. You have to realize they're always scheming. They don't have your best interest at heart, and they will stab you in the back and not think twice. Take care of yourself. Realize it's not about you. Stay out of their way and realize that their flash and crash will usually take them out of your way sooner than later. So stay the course, take care, and steer clear. The narcissist in the workplace is really a challenge, but by realizing the truth about them, stepping back and watching their antics without getting drawn in, distancing yourself emotionally, and taking care of yourself, you can handle yourself and your emotions and not get drawn into being their pawn. If you've appreciated this video, please subscribe to this channel and also share on your social media, as you never know when something you share might be helpful to someone else. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you again soon.